BookTok, the book reading community on TikTok that has been profoundly influential in the last couple of years in driving book sales, particularly in the romantasy genre, is tearing itself apart from the inside with trying to decide whether art should be political or not. Apparently, some people say it's fiction. It's about elves. It's not political at all, and other people have strong favorites in the political arena, particularly, obviously, in America. Do you think your dragon banging books should be free of politics, or do you think that you should be in the middle of like an epic cunnilingus scene on the deck of a starship and have somebody contemplating what political norms should be in place?
This goes back to my, sadly, my bugbear, which is if you're writing, you're writing fiction, you are creating art. The act of creating art is a political act, and everything that you write is in itself political. And thinking that it's apolitical is an act of politics as well. So I think that, sadly, it just depends basically how much you turn up the dial, right? But if there are certain things that you realize, are political. For instance, I was thinking this the other day about if you were a fantasy writer of color, and you wanted to, for instance, have a fantasy realm where, unlike 99% of fantasy realms, everyone wasn't basically sort of Celtic Caucasian kind of thing, and you wanted people with darker skin or people who look more like you to occupy this world. I'd say about 90% of readers of fantasy would consider just that act as political, as a political thing. Whereas for you, that might just be like, no, I just want a fantasy realm where the main characters or the characters look more like I do. So yeah, basically, I think every choice you make, creating even a fantasy realm with zero connection, or at least what you think is zero connection to the real world, is a political choice. So lean into it, guys. It makes it better. It makes it more fun if it is political. And yeah, I'm sorry, I don't think you can escape it either way. Just so you may as well just enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't pretend that, for example, The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings weren't wildly political, like clarion calls to the heartland of the definition of what Englishness could possibly be. Yeah, go with we're myth making. Myth making is always political.
Exactly. Let's not think too much about how basically, the good bit of Middle Earth looks like the Cotswolds, and the bad bit is the hotter bit, where the people with where the darker skinned creatures come from. There are choices being made, and saying they're not political is you are showing yourself, basically. You're revealing yourself in that situation.